Hey friends, it's Susan from legslikemine.com, and I am here with you today with a package that just came in the mail last night from a company called Airos Medical. Now, Airos Medical has someone on their team that is on the Lipedema education group with me, and she asked me if I would try their pump out. And so I thought, hey, why don't I show you all what it's like what comes in the box and how it all came to me. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you my very first impression of this pump is that it is a lot less bulky than the brand I use at home right now. And what I have at home right now is a Flexi Touch, which is a great pump. I store it underneath my bed, and it's pretty large, so traveling with it and stuff can be a little bit of a challenge. And also I have the older version of that pump, because from what my CLT told me is that you can only get them replaced once every 5 years with insurance coverage, and I'm still within that 5-year window. So I'm looking forward to getting a new pump that is able to, you can get it on a lot easier. Okay, so I'm just going to open up the box here, which of course you guys know all boxes are dusty when they come in from whoever. All right, there is a packing slip. And it says I'm getting an Airos B or 8P LP01 8-chamber large pants garment. Okay, so the first thing in the top of the box is this package, and this looks like the meat of it right here, which is going to be the garment itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and open that with my scissors and not cut the garment. By the way, many of you who sew probably recognize these scissors. I'm sure all of you who sew also have scissors that you've had to protect for your entire life. If you have kids too, or husbands or partners or whatever, anyone that lives in the house with you really. I used to write on my scissors, "I kill you." Doesn't matter. They use my scissors for craft projects and hair cutting and cat hair cutting and everything. So those are my used to be sewing scissors, but not anymore. Okay, so I read through the instructions online first, and the instructions basically said unroll it. So I can tell from looking that this is going to be the feet part right here, and then when you unroll it, it's going to open up, and this is like a full pair of pants, right? So the idea is whenever you get them on, or when you're putting them on, you unzip it all the way. And then you put your feet inside. And the way that this technology works is it fills the gaps. So it's not like the Velcro type pumps where you have to get them on really good and tight. Like these chambers that are in here, the multiple chambers, go and find all the nooks and crannies and actually fill up the space. So I feel like this design is pretty smart, because there have definitely been days with my other pump where maybe I wasn't feeling it or whatever, or paying attention, or maybe my mobility wasn't that great, and I didn't get the Velcro one tight enough in one spot or another, and then I ended up basically missing the benefits of that pneumatic compression in that particular session. So I like the design of this better, where it fills those gaps. So, okay, so those are the pants. That was really easy to unroll. And I like this too, just noticing as I go through here that the tubes are held together with some Velcro, and they're not as bulky as some of the other pumps that I've seen at the different conferences and stuff that we go to. Like you can, even when you're finished with your session, roll this bad boy up, put the Velcro right back on it, and pop it in a, like what I do is like I keep stuff under my bed, and I probably will do the same thing. Although now I have an extra bedroom because my kids are away at college. So I could leave it out here. I don't trust my cats to not mess with it though. So anyway, okay. So it looks like there's a lot of packing material. Woo! Okay. And then the only other thing in this box is a big box. And so let's open that and see what we've got going on. I'm going to get this out of the way now. Okay. Again, my used to be sewing scissors. Not anymore. And it looks to me like this has been opened as they were doing like a quality check or a repack to make sure that all of the things that I needed were actually in here. So, and that's okay. Okay, so inside the box, I'll show you. There are operating instructions, which I have read through online, but I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and save it because I'm sure I'll need to refer to it again. And then there is some styrofoam packaging, and it looks like the pump itself. So let's get rid of, make sure nothing in there. All right. Oh, and a cord. Okay, so that makes sense. There should be, 4 items in the package. Okay, so their pump is white. And I looked at the specs online for this entire system, and it said that this is a little over 6.5, or right around 6.5 pounds. So not terribly bulky. The design is smart where they have handholds built into it. That's just one of my original observations here from seeing it for the first time. There's a front, very simple. It looks like it's got an up down button over here, a start stop, a select, and then 3 LED lights that say setting, error, and operation. So a blue light is on when it's got operation. And then it has 2 intake ports for where your garment will actually plug in itself, right? And then on the back, there is a power plug and an off-on plug. And then I know hidden deep inside there, there's also a fuse that can be changed out in case you blow your fuse. Okay, and then this is the power cord. And what I'm gonna do without putting it on, because I'm gonna do another video for you all where I actually tried the pants on and everything for the first time too. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is set this up, plug it in, and see how hard or easy it was to get everything plugged into the system. So far I like the design of this. This is 1 unit, and it can be programmed for different body parts, arms and legs and stuff like that, without having to add on different components like some other pumps that I've been familiar with, where it feels like the add-on might come apart. It's maybe a little bit difficult to keep it together when you're trying to relax and use your pump. Okay, so that just plugged right in. No big deal at all. So that'll be easy for like if you go on a trip or whatever. Okay, and then this thing, from what I understand, this is an air blocker. So if you're only using, say, 1 leg of your pump for some reason, so see this is the right leg, and then the left leg has its own set of hoses, right? But let's say that you just have lymphedema or lipedema in one arm for some reason, you would put the airflow blocker in one of the pump ports so that it's not trying to suck air and mess up the pump. And I can tell now that it has these little ridges on the bottom, and then inside the top of the bottom of the pump here, it's trying to guide you to how that should fit in, just like that. And then when you remove it, you push down on this tab right here and pull it out. And this is just me. I am not a mechanical person. If you guys have known me for very long, but this was easy for me to figure out. So now, since I am going to be using it on both legs, today I'm going to put this aside. And what I think I'll do with this particular kit, since it's so small, I'm going to figure out a travel bag for this bad boy that can go through airport security. And you'll know if you have a medical device that you, by law, get to take that on as an extra carry-on. Like they can't count it as one of your personal items or your carry-on bags. So you literally can carry this on. Yeah, I think I have actually like an old camera bag that might work really well to carry this in. So let's see though. I'm going to set these instructions over here and see, like this Velcro thing too. It's not permanently hooked to the pump. So I think the way that I'm going to store that when I'm using my pump so I don't lose my Velcro is I'm just going to put it right back on that cord. And that way I just know from now on, don't let that thing fall on the floor or you'll never find it again, right? Okay, so I'm unrolling the hose connection. It looks like this rubber kind of plasticky band is just there to provide some extra support. We don't do anything with that. And then this is the same way as the little air blocker that I showed you. It's got 2 ridges on the bottom and then a tab at the top for release. So if I were going to put this on, the ridges go on the bottom and it just slides right in there like that. Now I'm going to double check something in the operating instructions really quickly, because it said when I was reading through them in my office there that you should use only, like if you're only using one leg, that you should use the one on the right. But since we're doing both legs, I'm going to go ahead and plug both in. Anyway, that's something to know. If you're just using one of the pump chambers, like is there one that you have to use? It's like making toast. You know, if I only make one piece of toast in the toaster, I only use the right side. In the old-timey toasters, it used to say that. I don't know, probably the modern toasters, you know, from this era aren't like that anymore. But okay, so then the only other thing you do is plug the other one in. And in theory, I'm not going to put this on right now because I want to do a whole separate video on that. But let me carefully... I love how the hoses are just not as bulky. That's one of my initial thoughts for sure. All right, let me find a plug in here. I'm in my son's room. For it is the cleanest bedroom in the house when he's not here. But when he is here, oh boy. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take my mic off for 1 second. You guys don't go anywhere with me, okay? And we'll just plug it back in on the top. Okay. Here's a nice, hold on. All right, it's alive. Okay, let me put my mic back on for you guys now. Okay, it's plugged in back behind the bed. And normally, if I were just using this, like normally if I end up setting this up as my pumping station, I will put a chair or a little table or something right here by the bed and just leave this set up. Okay, so now it's plugged in though. This is the airflow port that I do not need, so I'm setting that aside. All I'm doing, and I think these will work themselves out, is I'm going to turn it on and let's see if anything happens. Oh, there's a power switch on the back. Forgot. Okay. Ooh, it is alive. Let me put that down here. Okay, so it says Airos Model 8P, press start stop to begin the treatment now. So it came pre-programmed with treatments. And I think for the majority of people, if you're on your own, you can get this and use it as is, but it also is customizable. Like you don't have to take this into your CLT or your medical provider, right? Your like your durable medical equipment provider, to have them program it. So if you kind of know your body and know what feels right and stuff, as you learn this tool, you can actually adjust the program before it starts. What I read in the instructions is this isn't designed to do like in-session program changes, right? So anyway, it does come pre-programmed for the pieces that they sent to you, and you can literally just hit start. And then it says therapy setup, usage data, reset to default, or begin treatment. So I'm going to hit the select button until it says leg. Yep, that's me. And then 1 garment or 2 garments. Okay, gradient mode or pressure mode. The instructions said, in general, the gradient mode is the one that you want to use. And basically, if I could explain that in the easiest way. So in medical terms, they talk about proximal being like more towards the middle of your body and distal being distant, like the edge of your body. The way that pneumatic compression tends to work is it starts distally, like at the furthest part of your toes or whatever, and then it works your way up. And the reason is it's getting that fluid, that edema fluid, and it's squeezing it up, 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 up. And then the goal is to get it to the center part of your body where you have opened up your lymph nodes, you've been doing deep breathing that whole time. And what will happen, and this really does happen when I use my pump, my other pump, right? Before the session's over, I have to use the bathroom, like pee, because it squeezes so much fluid out. And when I actually do this for the first time, I am going to measure my legs before and after, just a few basic measurements, right? and let's see if it actually makes a difference in the very first session. My plan is that I want to test this every single day for a week, at least for one session. You can do them 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and this is something that you want to talk to your doctor about. But I am actually going to use this and see if it makes any difference. So anyway, so once you've got your modes all picked out, oh, and the arrows are how you figure out. So I want to go back to gradient. Okay, and then it's the cycle time is 60 seconds, it says. And then I'm just going to look through here and see if there's anything else that says therapy time 60 minutes. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Okay, all right, so now I'm going to go back. And I know you guys can't see this, but it's very simple. So once we're done with all of that, I should be able to make it start. And I wonder if it's smart enough, if it knows like, hey girl, I know you're not in this thing. I don't know. But let's see how easy, if I can get it to start now. So now I've been flipping through the menu this whole time. I am just wanting to see if I can make it go without having to call any kind of support. Okay, so there's a button that says begin treatment. I'm going to select that, and it says beginning. And I've only turned it on for one leg, so let's see which one it's picked. And if you can see where my hand is right here, I can see the chamber starting to fill up. Now I'm actually going to see if I can make it stop. And the reason is because my leg's in there. It says deflating session. So it's got to give itself a chance to squeeze all of that air out. Anyway, the reason why I don't want to run this dry is because the way it's designed is that it squeezes in to fill all the gaps, and I honestly don't want to overwork this brand new tool by making it try and find a leg that's not in there, if that makes any sense. So anyway, it says it's going to take 153 seconds to fully deflate now. So I love that too, that self-deflation mode. What that means to me too is that, again, for travel, I should be able to roll this right back up, put it in a bag, and it's not going to be all puffy like, you know, like if you had an air mattress for the pool or something that you had to squeeze out yourself. Like, this is pretty smart design. One other thing that I'll talk about while this is deflating, and then I'll finish up for today because I know I've taken up a lot of your time already. The way that this feels, it feels like waterproof, almost like really heavy duty tent material, or maybe like hiking material. It's plasticky in nature. And the instructions on this say that it can be cleaned at home, which I love. It's not a fabric-y feeling type texture. So you can, if you need to clean these, all you do is you open them up and lay them out, and you wash it with warm soapy water, and you just avoid the hoses and the cords. Like, you don't want to get water in the holes of the cords, right? And then you lay it out to dry. That's it. Don't put it in the dryer. Don't do anything with heat to mess with it. You can just wash it off. So that for me is a plus, because sometimes things happen. Sometimes you're on your period and things happen, or whatever, right? You spill your coffee while you're laying there enjoying your session. So anyway, that's what it is. This has 69 seconds left to turn itself off. It's very quiet, really quiet, like quieter than my aquarium, which is nice. That is a huge bonus for me. And again, the other pumps I've been exposed to are pretty loud. So all in all, the unpacking of this Airos device, and I'm going to tell you the name of it again, Airos 8P sequential compression device, and their website is airosmedical.com. So if you're interested, you might take a look, and then stay tuned on my channel to see if you want to watch me try and use it for the very first time. And I really am. I'm going to bumble through it on my own for the first time. Before I do that, I'm going to go get my tape measure and a chair and get this set up next to my bed properly, and then we'll give it a go. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this helps somebody. Don't be afraid of pneumatic compression. It's just not hard, and it actually feels amazing. Okay, take care. I'll see you later. Bye.